You're listening to Thursday Night Tailgate with Chris Mascaro and Bob Lazari, where NFL legends live on. Back to you, boys.
It's him. He's alive.
All right, now back with us and very patiently waiting, and we can't thank him enough for that, is former Vikings running back Darrin Nelson. Let me remind you about Darrin's background. He's from Sacramento, California, played his college ball at Stanford, where he was the first running back in college football history to rush for 1,000 yards and catch 50 passes in the same season. And he did it, oh, by the way, 3 times over the course of his college career. He was a 4-time All-Pac-10 selection and a first-team All-American back in 1981. He remains second at Stanford all-time in rushing yards with just over 4,000. He's third in touchdowns with 40 and sixth in receiving yards with just under 2,400. In addition to being a standout player on the field, Darrin was also an academic All-American and a National Football Foundation scholar athlete, as well as a record-breaking track star as well. In 2014, he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. He was a first-round draft pick, the 7th overall selection in 1982 by the Minnesota Vikings, and he played in the NFL from 82 to 92 with the Vikings and the Chargers, and over that time, he amassed over 4,400 rushing yards, almost 2,600 receiving yards, and another 4,000 return yards. So just over 11,000 all-purpose yards, folks. And we're excited that he is back with us again tonight here on Thursday Night Tailgate. Hey, Darrin, Chris, and Bob here. Thanks for coming back on the show.
Welcome back.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Oh, we're good, Darrin. How are you?
I am great, thank you. I'm sitting here watching the Oakland Raider Kansas City Chiefs game.
Who do you got tonight?
I don't like either one of them, just from a playing standpoint, but I would like to see Kansas City win.
All right.
So,
Darrin, I wanted to start our time with you tonight by getting your thoughts on your alma mater, Stanford. Your boys are 5-2 so far this season, back inside the top 25 this week at number 22. They've won 4 in a row. Nice win a couple of weeks ago over Utah. How you feeling about your boys at Stanford?
Well, I feel a little bit better every week. They're getting better and better. Our running back is unbelievable. And, they're feeding him the ball a little bit more, but they're also playing good defense as well.
And Darrin, moving over to the NFL, and we're seeing your Vikings so far this season tied for first in the NFC North at 4-2 with the Packers, but now with Aaron Rodgers likely done for the season, I think the Vikings are in the driver's seat. How far do you think your Vikings can go this year?
Oh goodness, I don't know. I would love to give you a prediction, but you know what? Just like Aaron Rodgers getting hurt, the Vikings can lose some key personnel at any time. I wish them the best of luck. I think they'll do well the rest of the season. They're playing pretty well right now. We'll see if they can continue.
And Darrin, they've got a unique situation going on right now at quarterback. We see Teddy Bridgewater making his comeback from his injury. Sam Bradford, he's obviously been injured as well, but he's still there. You got Case Keenum, who has started most of their games this season. So you got really 3 quarterbacks on their roster. How do you think the quarterback position is going to play out the rest of the season in Minnesota?
Well, I think it's really hard to bet against Bridgewater because he's there and he's done it. He had a really good year last year, and it would be hard, to bet against him going forward. But the NFL's about competition. So we'll see which guy emerges from, after the end of the season. Maybe somebody emerges from training camp or does something and is okay. But that's good to have. I mean, that's a really nice problem to have 3 quarterbacks. Teams are trying to figure out what to do at quarterback right now, have no quarterbacks.
Bob, questions for Darrin?
Darrin, it's great to speak with you again. And Chris had mentioned not only your athletic ability, but your academic prowess. And here I am. I'm in Connecticut, Darrin. I'm around Yale a lot, of course, and, the Ivy League people. And out there in the West Coast, it's Stanford as far as when you think of academics. And I don't want to simplify it, but what makes a Stanford education so good?
Well, you know what? I think The Stanford education is so good. I'll give you a perfect example. My roommate when I was a freshman was a concert pianist. One of them ended up being a banker for this large banking company, and one of them is this financial guy. There were just so many different people, so many different races, so many different opinions and objectives at Stanford, and you can't beat that. Everybody accepts each other's opinions, but at the same time, there's this healthy debate that goes on, which is also positive. Oh, and another thing. One more thing. Freshmen have to live on campus. Athletes can't live together in a big group. You have to assimilate, and they make that one of their priorities as well, which I think is fabulous.
Well, they had it all covered back then, but and Darrin, when you got to the NFL, you got a chance to play a couple years for legendary coach Bud Grant. Many of us think of him as a kind of a stoic individual, didn't say too much, but I'm sure that was not the case. Tell us more about your relationship with Bud Grant for the 2 years.
Well, I'll tell you guys a story, okay? Bud was my coach my rookie year, and I get to Minnesota. I weigh about 190, and I get there, and it's humid, and it's hot, and I lose like 8 pounds immediately. And he just looks at me and he goes, Darrin, you can't play football at 179 pounds or whatever you are right now. He goes, you need to gain some weight. I'm like, well, I can't. I'm trying. I had no idea about this humidity, never been in it, never been associated with anything like that. So he goes, well, you need to start drinking beer. I didn't drink. He goes, I don't care. So he gave me a 6-pack of beer every night. He said, you need to start drinking it. And so I'm like, well, fine, okay. So he gave me the 6-pack of beer. I took it back to my room and I would sell it to the guys because no one else was allowed to have alcohol, of course, in the dorm except me. And so after about 2 weeks, he goes, Darrin, you haven't gained any weight. Are you drinking the beer? And I said, yeah. I lied to him and said, yeah. He goes, no, you're not. I found a bottle in this guy's room and this guy's room and this guy's room. You're going to drink it in front of me. So I had to drink a 6-pack in front of him, and he's drinking with me every night until I gained all my weight back.
That's a great story. Hey, Darrin, I want to take you back into your career back to 1983. You had a game against the Packers where you rushed for over 100 yards. You had over 100 yards receiving as well. I'm sure a bittersweet game because you guys came up a little bit short in that game. But what do you remember about having a breakout night like that?
Was that game in Lambeau or Minneapolis?
Lambeau.
Could I just tell you guys one of my favorite places to play is Lambeau?
No.
I love that place. I like the atmosphere. I like the grass. And I just love playing there. I'm this weird dude. I prefer playing on the road than playing at home sometimes. And Lambeau Field is one of my favorite places to play. Oh, yeah. I just like the challenge. My old high school coach used to tell me, embrace the silent. And silent means you're kicking their ass in their stadium. So, and you know what I mean? So I really look forward to doing that as hard as I could.
And Darrin, you had another big game on Thanksgiving, 1987, against the Cowboys. You had 118 yards rushing, a couple of touchdowns. One of those touchdowns was a 52-yard run. Was it a bigger thrill for you, not only because you won the game this time around, but you did it on Thanksgiving in front of the whole country?
It was a bigger thrill for me because I knew my parents and all my friends were watching. And the amount of calls I got after the game and all that were incredible. But the biggest thrill was I knew it was on national TV, and because most of our games don't come back to LA, but that one was national, so I knew that, you know, my parents would get to see it, and all my friends would get to see it, and yeah, so that made it more special.
Bob, one more for Darrin before we let him go?
And sure, I think what goes under the radar about your career, we might have talked about the last time, but about your receiving prowess, too. You didn't just carry the ball, you caught a lot of passes, almost 300 in your career, Darrin. It's something you took pride in, and probably that kind of made you more valuable as a football player.
You know what, guys? When I was a freshman in college, Bill Walsh was my coach. You know, that's, you know, you can't play running back for Bill if you can't catch.
Yeah.
You just can't. And I had to learn how to catch, so I learned how to juggle. So I had these little juggle balls. I learned how to juggle. Because I didn't catch any passes in high school. We ran the ball all the damn time. I actually played quarterback sometime in high school. So we definitely didn't throw any passes when I was playing quarterback. But anyway, so I had to learn the hand-eye you know, the hand-eye stuff and all that, and so I learned how to juggle. And I tell you what, it paid dividends, because when John Elway was the quarterback, I was catching like 75-yard bombs out of the backfield.
Wow. Well, Darrin, before we let you go, let our listeners know, how can they stay up to date with what you're doing now? How can they follow you, whether it's online or over social media?
Oh, my goodness. I'm not a big social media guy. I'm on Facebook, but that's about it. I don't do any of the other stuff. But UCI Athletics is a really easy thing to find. And other than that, that's it.
All right. Well, Darrin, thank you so much for being patient with us tonight and coming back on the show. We always enjoy getting to have you on one of our segments. You're such a joy to talk to. We hope you'll come back and do it again sometime.
I will gladly do that.
Thanks so much, Darrin.
Thank you very much, Darrin. All the best to you and your family. We look forward to catching up with you again soon.
You know what, guys?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Oh, I was surprised you guys didn't ask me about the protest.
Well, you know, it's a touchy subject, Darrin. So
very.
You know, we kind of try to tread lightly on the topic, but you know, please share your thoughts.
Well, you know, here's what I think. First of all, this is not against the flag of the United States of America, and I thought Colin Kaepernick made that very clear. He actually didn't he get counseling from an Army person or some person that served in the service beforehand? Did he not talk to somebody beforehand about kneeling? I'm pretty sure he did, but I'm not 100% sure. But here's my one thought, and then I'll get off the phone because my food's sitting here and I'm hungry. What is a higher form of respect? Kneeling or standing?
Yeah.
When you guys can answer that, let me know. Okay.
You know, I mean, it just depends on, I guess, your perspective, right? I mean, you know, typically
right.
when you're kneeling with kneeling for some reason, you know, that is certainly out of respect.
Kings and queens, correct?
Right.
So what's the higher form of respect?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, where it gets touchy is what you decide to do with that, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I just thought I'd throw my 2 cents in. Hi, guys.
All right, Darrin. Thank you so much. Take care.
Enjoy your meal.
Bye.
See you, Darrin. That's former Vikings running back Darrin Nelson. And I tell you, Bob, we've sort of skirted around, the kneeling issue and the standing issue, because it's just, to me, it's a very touchy subject, right? And we try to keep everything as much as we can on the positive side here on the show. But kneeling, standing, what is more respectful, how you go about doing it, what you're trying to, protest and that sort of thing. It's a very delicate topic. I can see, people's opinions on both sides of it. So, I just really want to tread lightly, on that topic, because it's got, such passionate opinions on both sides, and I can see, points for both sides of that argument.
Too, Chris, and it's not a good forum to mix politics and sports because it can get off topic, and the two are interrelated and everything. But no matter how you look at it, it is a form of protest, and the whole thing is, should it happen? Should it happen with the flag at the centerpiece, a song at the centerpiece, or should these guys do it in a different manner? And I think that's the crux of the whole argument right there.
When Bob and I come back, we'll be turning on the Thursday Night Tailgate Spotlight on the Positive. Hear which players are doing great things in their communities. Then we'll wrap up the show, and we'll do that all on the other side of these words from our friends at the Salt Creek Golf Retreat.
If you're looking for a great place for your annual golf outing, a weekend golf getaway, or just a round of golf with your buddies, then Salt Creek Golf Retreat is just what you're looking for. Centrally located in Nashville, Indiana, just south of Indianapolis and west of Cincinnati. This challenging but fair 18-hole golf course appeals to all skill levels, and its scenic views of rolling hills and tree-lined fairways are sure to make golfing memories for years to come. Owned and operated by former Purdue and New York Giants fullback Randy Manier, Salt Creek Golf Retreat offers stay-and-play packages that include golf and a fully furnished 1- or 2-bedroom condo. After your rounds, be sure to stop by the 19th Hole Sports Bar and Restaurant for great food, fun, and drinks. Randy and his staff will treat you like family. For more information, log on to saltcreekgolf.com. That's saltcreekgolf.com. Or give them a call at 812-558-5944. Salt Creek Golf Retreat. Start making your golfing memories today.